Welcome to Visionary Villas. Today we are going to chat with Mitch, one of my buyer client who bought his first home at the age of 25. It is quite an early age for young Canadians these days to even dream about home ownership, and Mitch's dream became a reality. Now we are sitting in his first home over here in Woodstock. Hello, Mitch.
Hello, how's it going today?
Good. I hope you're happy.
I am happy. You know what? Hey, it's been quite the journey.
It is. It
It
is.
has.
When do you think about buying a home, and did it happen overnight, or did it took some time? A lot of people think it's like impossible process. Some people think it's very easy. Once we have money, we can go ahead and buy a
Yeah.
house. So what do you think about that?
So, from my experience personally, I left high school and I like to get in a lot of trouble. I think the people that would know me can say the same. And it became apparent to me that I couldn't keep getting in trouble, and I was going to have to channel my efforts into something a little better and more positive. I think at an earlier age, there's a lot you worry about, getting a job, finding a good woman to maybe marry, getting the car that you always dreamed of. And those are all kind of, smaller things relative to everything you're going to do in your life. But I would say you do have to take into consideration when you're going to make bigger purchases, where you want to go with those. So for myself example, I never took any kind of loan for a car,
Okay.
which will definitely hurt you when you are trying to get approved for a mortgage. I didn't have any prior loans. So with that being said, if you do have prior loans, whether it be student debt or whatever, highly recommend you get that taken care of
Okay.
as fast as you can. I mean, within reason, of course, you're not going to pay it off overnight. But once you can get yourself to what you would consider financially stable or close to financially stable, that's a good time to start looking in the house market. But more than anything, I think really just having a goal of, if you want to own a home, figuring out what that down payment price is going to be and how fast you can save to get there is definitely a good goal to set for yourself. But no, it's not an overnight process. And I would say probably before I think we got real serious about looking for a home, I was probably kind of just looking here, trying to get advice there, and little things like that for probably about a year or two before I really wanted to make a keen go of it. And the other thing too is we didn't set our bar too high. Really just hunted for what we thought was a good deal or a great deal. And in the beginning, didn't settle for anything. But as time goes on, you see a lot of deals come and go. I wouldn't say we settled for here, but don't think that your first home you're going to look at is going to be the one you buy. And also, I wouldn't expect to move into a mansion.
Yep.
On your first sale. But I mean, if you had the right luck, like you won the lottery, that then could become a expectation. But yeah, it's not something that's hard to do. It's just it takes time and little bits of effort. So
That's
need a
wonderful.
good real
I
estate
know,
agent like Nav here himself. I've known Nav now, I guess it'd be pretty well 2 years.
2 years.
We started off nothing serious. Seen a listing online, called Nav up about it, wanted to check out the place. He was more than happy to come meet me pretty well there and then. And we checked it out. It was an older home. Not anything against the home, but it wasn't for us, which is fine. And then, time kind of went on. And then last year, I would say it was probably around this time, we started off house hunting. And we pretty well loaded up like you would to go hunt an animal in the forest. We were keen. We went for a few nights a week, at least one day every weekend for probably the better part of 3 months. And
Yes,
Nav went above and beyond for pretty much everything. Finding this deal on this home, for example, we had kind of, in a sense, not given up, but we were going to take a breath and just review anything that was a great deal. And sure enough, here we are. You found a gem in the forest, and I'm very appreciative of that. A couple other things you did, you drove to pretty well the far corners of the province. And no, I don't think there's too many other realtors that would do such a thing. So I appreciate you. And
Thank you so much.
You know, that's something you want to look for in anyone that's going to get you down the road, is somebody that cares about you and your dream, and not somebody that's just going to push you to the side, because I know that can happen. So
Absolutely. So, what has been your biggest challenge so far in terms of saving your first home? What do you think? Like, did you had to compromise on a couple of things or anything at all to save, or no?
I think it relates more to a timeline factor. If you are going to go the distance and you are going to take your time, put small amounts away periodically, weekly, monthly, then you know what? I don't think you really have to give much up. You know what? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you just, depending on what your schedule is like, if you go out 2 days on the weekend, maybe you only go out one, or maybe you only go out once a month. You will have to make small, minor things, but I wouldn't say life has passed me by
Okay.
in the time I was saving. But with that being said, I didn't rush into this. I feel like if you were going to try to make something happen in the short term, you would have to give up quite a bit. Like, you'd probably have to try doing things like, if you had a fancier car, giving that up for something that's a little more economic. Maybe you wear expensive clothes. Maybe try selling those on the buy and sell, and getting some money invested from that towards your savings goal. Just little things like that. Like, you just got to be wise with your spending per se, and budget. Because if you are going to spend, if you're going to go over budget all the time, it's going to cut into your savings, push out the process. Myself, I know not that I haven't gone out and partied, but the drinking and the going out, downtown life kind of thing, that's more of a special occasion for myself.
Okay. So you're not going every weekend?
Not going every weekend, no. Mentally, I don't even think I could afford it either. So, and you know what, I wouldn't say on a strict budget by any means. Like, what I've budget for based on what I have coming in, it's pretty reasonable. I still get to go for lunch a couple days a week with the buddies from work, and there's always fuel in my truck. There's always good food in the fridge. So, and I wouldn't say I'm getting any skinnier. So, yeah, no, anything like that. I would also say too, having hobbies that are relatively economic, like, maybe going to a cheap commercial gym, instead of the fancy gyms, just stuff like that. Nothing too crazy.